Welcome to this channel. This channel is for educations and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So today I'd like to share with you that this is an AI era. AI is a good tools for us to learn things. Of course, AI can make mistake too, but AI at least be able to show what is the basic and be able to give a second opinion. So we want to make the best use of it because we are in this era. And in this AI era, the thinking has to be sharp because nobody have time to mess around with fuzzy thinking or illogic thinking when it get to technical stuff. Thing is really fast paced today in terms of technology and in terms of the living of the AI era. Now, I share this because the other day, like 2 days ago, I shared this YouTube in a Chinese forum or Chinese Kung Fu forum, which is having about 1,000 members. So I share this in a Chinese Kung Fu forum where everybody can discuss and so forth, right? In Facebook. Then I got this, okay? Hendrik, I and many others found that your videos are far too long to listen to in order to extract the 5 minutes of value from them. So he's saying that I'm just whining here, whatever my YouTube, this one have no value. Your books are far too expensive for what they contain. So here, out of the blue, he keeping on saying that my books are too expensive. It just doesn't have the content, right? And then at the end, he said, if a few thousand hours of videos you haven't made your case by now, I don't think you ever will. So somebody post this, a Chinese Kung Fu Sifu or Grandmaster post this. Well, of course, many of our Wing Chun friends, martial art friends, is discussing this with me. So that's why today I like to share with everybody. It's an AI era. We need to use AI to verify things before posting things like this. See, this post, it is a personal opinion, have no basis on evidence or second resources opinion at all, isn't it? And then saying if in a few thousand hours of video you haven't made your case by now, I don't think you ever will. This is exactly the authoritarianism, the king way of saying thing. While that's different than the true transmission or the technical, like in AI era, where you need accurate and specific details. So in Chinese martial art, you need to have accurate and specific detail about Chinese history. When doing opinion or critics, one need to have an evidence, have some base. This is a mindset of wanting to control. Writing something is like you downgrade a human or downgrade something so that people need your approval. But seriously, There's no data here. Nobody need your approval, right? So again, there's the authoritarian stuff, and it is like acting like a king. Now, let's look into to analyze the thing with a proper technology mindset or AI area mindset. Here he said, I and many others found that. Well, many is how many? Well, if you look at the YouTube channel I'm using, this is for 7 days. It is 3,300 something viewer. This is 28 days. You have 12,000, over 12,000 viewers. And in it is just in the past 28 days is 2,000 more than usual. In the 90 days or 3 months, there is 32,394 viewers, and it is about as the previous. So I constantly have 32,000 viewers. So if people want to say many others, please put a number, many others. Is that two? Is that one? Is that 100? Is that 1,000? Is that 10,000? Well, I saw the statistic of my YouTube viewer. Okay. So if one want to present something, show the evidence. Now he said that your videos are far too long to listen to in order to extract 5 minutes of value from them. Well, that's what his opinion. And as what I share in this AI world is simple to check whether this opinion is true or not. What this opinion do not show any evidence. So let's go for AI. The same YouTube. Okay, Wing Chun is not what most people believe. The same YouTube. Wing Chun is for not what most people believe. Just look at the AI. What did the AI say? The video, Wing Chun is not what most people believe. Emphasize that Wing Chun is a profound art rooted in Buddhist principle. Okay, contrary to popular misconception. So the key takeaway is the mindful concentration. This is the Buddhist practice of samatha and vipassana. Okay. And then that is the verifications and scientific evidence. Okay. And if you look at that, it said that the speaker emphasized the importance of verifying Wing Chun practice with scientific research today, using tools like vital signs. Okay. AI evaluation also support the underlying principle attention, awareness, and self-regulation described in Wing Chun, even if the terminology is traditional. Historic content. The video present a chronological map of Wing Chun history starting from Buddhist teaching 1400 years ago in highlight with all this thing. Now, so it continue on the same YouTube, it said this. The content present in the video appear to be largely valid, draw connection between Wing Chun and Buddhist principle and referencing scientific backing for its mindfulness claim. So here's the breakdown, align Buddhist principle, again, the samatha vipassana practice, and for the Wing Chun, for the scientific evidence suggests that uh, Wing Chun mindfulness practice are valid. Okay, so you have all the details, improve mental health and so forth. And then say the conclusion, therefore, the video's core argument about Wing Chun's alignment with Buddhist practice and scientific validity of his mindfulness practice are well support. Now, if you just look at this, this presentations in the YouTube, it said the state of attainment, practice, and verifications. You don't have to spend 1 minute. You see that in the proper Wing Chun, you need to know the state of attainment, practice, and verification, which I explained. Okay. And in this chronological map here on the Chinese reference, the Chinese Zen and Buddhist teaching, the general Qi Ji Guang Hong Mun, and the entire thing. If you spend 5 minutes, you can get so much informations, okay, which is never shown in the world. Now, before this, nobody show you this, okay? So now, your video are far too long to listen to in order to extract the 5 minutes of value from them. Well, again, this is this person's opinion, baseless, okay? There's no evidence. Now, so it continue on say, your book are far too expensive for what they contain. Well, so what is my book for? Well, if you look at my book, there is the ancient teaching. Okay, there's the ancient teaching where it share with the world that there are the natural pace practice and standalone practice in terms of the body, breathing, mind development. Or Neigong is a natural pace. Well, have you seen all this thing somewhere else, anywhere else? And it showed the general Qi Ji Guang in the book, in my book. And it showed that your breathing, you better know how to breathe properly, or else if you do this, you're going to cause hernia and all kind of stuff. Well, this is scientific, medical common sense and medical informations, which is scientific stuff that, what, like for example, in the weightlifting, one need to know, no, it is a common sense of the science. Now, again, the book and ask the AI. So it said scientific trapping model discussed in the video maps the six physiological state within the 1850 Xiu Lim Tao set to the heart rate zone. This allowed for scientific precisions in understanding of what being trained. So this is the six physiological states, okay? And you get the impulse, momentum, handling, acceleration, full accelerations. And then these states are mapped to heart rate zone, including all this heart rate zone, okay? Including all this heart rate zone. And then you talk about this. This model connect the ancient Wing Chun writing with the contemporary uh, scientific understanding, okay? And it said that the purpose of this mapping is to clarify defined training. User can understand exactly what they are trained for. Nurturing chi, fitness, strengthening. Training effective, it have to determine if the training is proper and yield result based on an individual's body and age. So, what the AI understand what is that book is for. So, this person's opinion on my books for what they contain, well, those are my proprietary works. So if you don't need it, you don't want it, that's fine. It's like a Mercedes-Benz is a Mercedes-Benz. You can complain, keep complain that the Mercedes-Benz are far too expensive for what they contain. Well, that is your opinion, okay? The general public still buy the Mercedes-Benz. That is the reality, okay? So if you want to know all this, the ancient teaching, the proper teaching of a Chinese Kung Fu, how is today's science, look at what the training of Chinese Kung Fu, what can go wrong if people don't watch out for, because this is all sports science stuff, and all this mapping. If you want to know that, like if you want to have a Mercedes-Benz, a safe car, then you buy a Mercedes-Benz. But if you don't want to, well, it's up to you. But your opinion doesn't mean that it is right, isn't it? And at the end, he said, if in a few thousand hours of our videos you haven't made your case by now, I don't think you ever will. Well, this is again his opinion. So the AI knows what I present in my video, in my books, and this is the conclusions if you check with the AI. It said bridging tradition and science. Pioneering any new field begin with mapping what can be measured. Hendrik Santos' work bridge classical Wing Chun body's mind breath system with modern physiology, exploring breathing, heart rate dynamics, and structure alignment. Where not peer review, while not peer review, his framework provides a testable foundation for translating traditional internal training into measurable human performance and psychophysiological understanding. So AI know this. AI know what I am talking about and what I'm presenting. Well, if this person, do not know what I'm presenting, well, that's him. I don't need his approval. The AI be able to tell you what it is as a second opinion. Okay, so are you going to teach? You're going to trust the AI more with the data, show you the data, like the key points, like all data and the key takes away and all this break down the validity, or you going to buy into this type of a statement without any evidence. So everybody have their freedom to choose whatever they want. And but in for those who do technical thing, people want a details understanding of what they get into. Okay. And of course, people in this the authoritarianism type of world, or the king's word, or the king's way or highway. Okay. Of course, you can see they will not be able to sit for 1 minute to just watch this. You don't even need 1 minute. You look at the statement, the state of attainment, the practice and verification. This is Chinese. Just ask your question. How many people go teaching sets, Kung Fu sets? The teacher is the king, and yet have no idea on what is the attainment need to be achieved, what is the practice, and what is the verifications. But the Sifu is the king. Okay. So the bottom line is that this is an AI world. Okay. And of course, in the AI world, you have the king's world, where the king say anything, everybody has to follow. And that is the technical world. like where I belongs to, like where the Silicon Valley is and where the AI and the entire world is. Everybody is free to choose what they want. Okay. And as what I always say, this is for the channel for the educations and the culture based on historical and scientific evidence. This is not where the kings uh, live. There's no king here. And so the king will not understand what I'm presenting. And we here base things on evidence, on scientific tracking, not on the king's word or king demoting thing or put down things so that you need to bow to them, get their approval, and you basically have to fulfill the king's demand, or else you'll be punished or you'll be bullied. Well, this channel is not for that. Remember, here we live in the United States of America. This is Silicon Valley. This is the place for democratic. You can debate, you can critics with data. That's how Silicon Valley become the top of the technology area in the entire world. But it has to have some kinds of data, evidence. This is not for the world of the king. So I share with you here, hopefully everybody, if you don't understand anything, check with AI first. You might not want to completely trust it, but you check a few times with different AI and you can see a picture. Okay. So this is what I like to share with you today. The world has changed. Okay. And also Chinese culture, Chinese history is not up for any grandmaster or any kung fu sifu to twist it because the Chinese will not like it. The Chinese government today is not like it. The same with our American culture, we will not like people to twist it. All of us American will not like that. Same with in Japan, you're not going to twist the Japanese culture. Like in Kyokushin, as what I shared before. You have the dojo gun saying that you have to behave with courtesy, you have to respect people and refrain or not get into violence or bullying act. Those are Japanese, right? So those are the reality. So this is what I like to share with you.